You were born during the Qing dynasty. No one asked who you wanted to become. No one asked how far you wanted to go. The first thing your family cared about was your feet. In many parts of ancient China, people believed a girl with small feet would have a better future, not because she could walk faster, but because she would not walk far. When you were about 6 years old, your mother began preparing long strips of cloth. They were washed clean, left to dry, folded carefully into a small wooden box. You thought they were for something important. You did not know they would shape your whole life. One winter morning, you were asked to sit beside the charcoal stove. The air felt quieter than usual. Your mother brought a bowl of warm water, mixed with herbs. She said this would help you become an elegant girl. You did not fully understand what she meant, but you trusted her. You always trusted her. After soaking your feet, your mother lifted your small foot into her hands. She held it gently. But what came next was not gentle at all. Your toes were pressed down toward the sole of your foot. The pain came so fast, you did not even understand what was happening. You tried to pull your foot back, but your grandmother held your shoulders still. Your mother continued. Each toe was pressed down. The big toe stayed straight to hold the shape. Then, a long strip of cloth was wrapped around your foot in a figure-8 pattern, wrapped tighter, tighter until you could feel your heartbeat inside your toes. You could not stand steady when you tried to step on the ground. But the adults said this was a good sign. Pain meant your feet were changing. Pain meant your future was being secured. This standard did not appear by accident. One story says that in the 10th century, a court dancer performed on a golden lotus stage for Li Yu. Her small curved feet were compared to lotus buds. The nobles were fascinated by that image. They began to copy it. By the time of the Song dynasty, small feet had become a symbol of status. It showed that a woman did not need to do physical labor. Later, during the Ming dynasty and the Qing dynasty, this custom spread across Han society. A trend from the imperial court became a rule for millions of families. The ideal foot was only about 3 inches long, around 10 centimeters, shorter than the length of a modern phone. And to reach that size, the process had to begin when you were still very young. Foot binding did not happen just once. It happened again and again, every day. Each time the cloth was removed, your foot was wrapped tighter. The arch was forced to bend. The heel was pushed closer to the toes. You learned to stand by holding the wall. You learned to walk in very small steps. You learned that running was no longer possible. During the first weeks, the pain made it hard to sleep. But your family said you had to be patient. They believed pain was part of growing up. In a society shaped by Confucianism, the ability to endure pain was seen as a sign of virtue. A girl who could endure foot binding was believed to have enough discipline to become a good wife. Small feet became proof that you were raised the right way. If you are still watching, comment number 1. It helps this video reach more people. Over time, your world slowly shrinks to a few rooms. Walking far becomes exhausting. Walking fast becomes dangerous. Some modern researchers believe foot binding was not only about beauty, it was also connected to economics. When movement became difficult, women were more likely to work inside the home. Spinning thread, embroidery, weaving cloth. In many northern parts of China, these skills could bring steady income. A young girl with bound feet could begin contributing to the family at an early age. Your body became part of the household economy, a system where limited movement was seen as an advantage. As you grow older, your family begins to talk about marriage. A pair of tiny embroidered shoes is placed inside your dowry box. They are proof that you have endured enough pain. For many families, foot binding is seen as an investment, a chance for a daughter to marry into higher status, a way to change the position of the whole family. The swaying walk caused by bound feet is sometimes described as elegant. Some men at that time see it as a symbol of femininity, a symbol created from limited movement, a beauty shaped by difficulty with every step. Do you think modern beauty standards also create pressure? Share your thoughts in the comments. In many historical periods, foot binding was not only about appearance, it also became a cultural marker. Some Han communities saw foot binding as a way to distinguish themselves from conquering groups like the Mongols and the Manchus. A painful practice slowly became part of tradition. When a custom continues for generations, it begins to feel normal. Few people question why it exists. Few imagine life could be different. For many families, foot binding was simply what everyone did. And because everyone did it, it became ordinary. By the late 19th century, society began to change faster. Reformers such as Kang Yu-wei and Liang Qichao argued that foot binding weakened society. They saw it as a sign of stagnation. At the same time, industrial textile factories began to appear. The value of home-based handicraft work slowly declined. One of the economic reasons for foot binding started to disappear. After the Xinhai Revolution, the government issued a ban in 1912. After 1949, enforcement became stricter. The last recorded case appeared in 1957. But for many women, removing the bindings did not bring immediate relief. Feet that had changed shape could not fully return to normal. Some women had to learn how to walk again. Some could never fully adjust to the new life. Foot binding lasted for almost 1,000 years because it sat at the intersection of many forces: beauty, social expectations, economics, and ideas about virtue. The end of this practice marked an important shift in the history of women in China. From a society where the body was shaped by tradition to one where women slowly gained more choice. Today, those tiny embroidered shoes can still be seen in museums. They look delicate, even beautiful. But they also remind us that beauty standards can change over time. And sometimes, the things once seen as normal are the things that surprise us the most when we look back.